Hello everyone, this is Sahib and welcome to the brand new episode of FinTalks podcast. On this first episode, I have been joined by my co-host Karan, Shivansh and Devansh. Today we are going to discuss about investing in general. And we also want to tell our listeners why we chose to start our podcast. So, we thought that it is important to discuss all the problems faced by people while starting to invest and what all good or bad decisions we made as an early investor. We also write beautiful blogs on our website which cover all aspects of personal finance and investing. You can check them out on fintalk.in.
Yeah, that and other reason we started a podcast is that we accept that some people may find reading blogs time consuming and boring too. So that is why we came up with an easy, quick and interesting way of communicating our messages.
So, to start off things, I have a question for you guys. How did you guys get into investing? Let's start with you, Devansh.
Yeah, so I really got into the whole investing thing after school. So gave my boards and then had a couple of months to kill. So thought of reading some books. So I picked up this one called Rich Dad and Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. So the guy really explains his whole journey from childhood and how his father taught him to really, focus on all the financial side of things as well and not just go out there and earn. Yeah, so the book taught me a really couple of things that really stuck in my head, like always pay yourself first and not really bother about anything else. So yeah, then got into college and joined the Wall Street Society there. Yeah, so I've been learning ever since. What about you, Shivansh?
As for me, the first introduction that I had with investing in stock markets was through virtual trading simulators. That was about 3 or 4 years ago when I was in grade 11th. At that time, I had absolutely zero knowledge of investing and money management. I didn't know which stocks to put money into and what all those graphs meant. I just saw some familiar company names and put huge amounts of money in a particular stock. After all, it was just another game for me and the money wasn't real. The proper knowledge that I got about investing and money management was through the book Rich Dad and Poor Dad, same as Devansh. And that book was really an eye opener. It greatly taught me how to properly manage my money and what is the importance of investing. And as you mentioned, Devansh, always pay yourself first. That is a rule I still follow. What about you, Karan? How did you start investing?
Yeah, so mine was pretty much the same as you guys. So, for our listeners, just to give you guys some context, we all have studied together. So, this phase of learning to invest and wanting to invest, we all had this phase almost together. So, like I said, mine was like you guys. One day I just stumbled across these trading platforms and thought to myself, you know what? Let's give it a try. I mean, back then, learning something new was all importance to us, right? And
Yes.
to be honest, we did not have any idea of what we were doing. We just put money in, put that virtual money. Let me just tell you, guys, कि वो virtual money था. We didn't put our real money back then. Uh,
Yes.
it was virtual money. We just put it into stocks that we had heard of, like companies we had heard of or we had used the products of, and that was the
Mm-hmm.
extent of our research. So yeah, that's how it
Yeah.
all began for us.
Somewhere we all followed that same path of getting into the stock market. And I personally started with virtual trading simulator and started getting more curious to know more about stock market and investing and did exactly what a beginner would do. So I came across this first link and basically it was a book review of Rich Dad Poor Dad and I ended up buying that. So why we all are mentioning this because this is the perfect book for a beginner. So what I liked about this book is the way he explained the quadrants and how assets can earn for us. And also it depends upon your end goals. End goals makes you more disciplined and consistent while investing. This is something I read everywhere and when I connect with people on LinkedIn, they do surely mention this thing to me. So here's my next question for you guys. What do you guys think? What's your end goal?
So I think I speak for all of us when I say it is all about money. Money is damn important, and investing makes it possible to earn that. Sure, it requires some effort, but believe me, it is totally worth it in the end.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
get
of
to
course.
rest while money works for you. Apart from earning money, investing also teaches you various values such as discipline and patience and numerous other things. It
Mhm.
also helps you gain knowledge about various aspects of finance and general world too.
Yeah, so just to add on what Shivansh really said here, I think there's one big mistake that most of us as amateurs make is that we tend to form simple emotions like getting a good college, having a decent paying job, and then I'll be able to afford this, I'll be able to afford that. But then you step into the real world and then reality sets in.
Yeah,
And all of a sudden you realize like, oh my God, I can't buy that house anymore. I need a big loan for to pay for that and things like that. So I think that's what investing really helps in. I'm not saying like it's gonna get you all of these things in a jiffy like that. No, that doesn't happen. That will never happen. But what
Yeah,
it
it
will
takes
do,
time.
yeah, what it will do is make the whole process a bit more faster and easier for you on your head as well. Like you don't have to worry about having a huge ass loan to pay by the time for your retirement and all. So I
yeah,
think this is what really everyone misses out on. This
yeah,
simple idea of investing is what really the core, I think.
yeah,
Yes, I totally agree with that. People don't get the investing knowledge at an early age and then they have to pay for it during testing times. The current times are testing too and extreme. I mean, who would have thought of situations all of us witnessed? A lot of us were not as privileged as others, but it beckons the question. Such times can test our financial positions, and we better be ready when it may come. So, Karan, how do you think investing would have combat this situation?
yeah. So it's actually not that difficult to understand. In fact, personal finance as a whole, as we will discuss in our future episodes, is not that difficult to understand. It's all about the simple things. Coming back to your topic, habit plays an important role in this. If you had the assets to back you up, things would have been a lot easier. We saw a lot of layoffs. I mean, we are talking in millions, and for a lot of people, their salaries and savings was all they had. And for even more people, savings were not big enough to last them through this long period. And that is what we should be addressing. How we should be addressing? It all starts by identifying your current position. Where do you stand financially? And once you've asked yourself that question, it is a lot more difficult to be honest about it. It's tough to acknowledge your weaknesses and start planning against them. And then there are going to be hard questions. Asking yourself and your family, do you have a Medicare, an insurance, an emergency fund in place? I mean, anything counts, but you should have it.
Yeah, it's still never too late. Like if you still haven't started investing or saving your money, please do. Like it's not always just making your dreams come true. It's not always having that dream car of yours or that dream house of yours. So a time will come when you'll need money to survive. And trust me, like nobody talks about it, but yeah, that time will definitely come. And you will realize that day that it would have been better. Like if I had thought about it just a bit more. I understand that it's not possible for everyone to invest or save a large amount of money. Everyone has their budget constraints and all. It's all about identifying what works for you, how much can you set aside, and small things like letting go of that Netflix subscription you have maybe because it's charging you
Mhm.
a couple $100 every month.
Yeah.
Like what is it? Like it's not you don't need it. And that's the difference between the needs, wants, and savings that we'll get on to later as well. Yeah, so it's all about prioritizing what you need and setting aside something for your future as well.
Yeah. Talking about safety, one thing that is really important in today's time is having a medical policy. I mean, that thing is really important. If you don't have a policy, go get it right now. There are a lot of policies available in the market. So go surfing on the internet and look out for policies. Do proper research because there are many things that you need to search for. For example, stuff like hospitalization expenses, expenses on your discharge, or medical expenses, all that stuff. You need to make sure that your medical policy has it. But keep in mind that if you buy a medical policy today and you need to claim it within a month, it is not going to happen because there are some laws in place that prevent you from claiming the policy within 30 days. That means you can claim your policy only after 30 days have expired. There are various policies that you can search for on the internet with having various prices and various features. But I personally feel that internet is fine for research and all, but when you need to buy a policy, you can buy it through your agent. Cause then you get a personal touch and the agent can help you decide what is best for you, and at times of claiming it can speed up the process really if you know a person who can get it done for you. You don't want to run calling customer support and all that internet problems if you don't like that. So that is a point that I personally feel is relevant. So in totality, it is all about asking the harsh question. That's where it all starts.
Totally agreeing with you on that one. It's all about the hard questions indeed. To add on, I just want to say that when you start investing, you automatically come across this thinking that now you have to manage your expenses because you are doing something good and have to focus on that one. Also, Devansh, you mentioned about who spend their money on buying subscriptions. It's not just about Netflix, but there are so many platforms. We can save lot of money and it can be used when in need. You won't realize this while saving. Yesterday only I was just watching a video of a great comedian. The way he explained how he saved a lot of money at an early age and made a career for himself using that saved money. This tells us that we have to learn how to make use of money and save so that we can invest and use it when in need. So, guys, this was our very first and very futile attempt at podcasting. Also, we are open to suggestions and questions you might have regarding personal finance, investing, and all. Thank you for listening to the FinTalks podcast. Hope you like it. Subscribe us on YouTube, Spotify, and all your favorite podcasting platforms. See you in the next episode.